Now, Ruth, if you'd like to come and speak, we did invite every candidate. In fact, we are talking to all parties and all candidates across the political spectrum, and will continue to do so. And so, pleasure to hand over to Ruth, who's actually you're currently a councillor in Denton Home, where my school is based. So, over to you, Ruth.
First of all, I would like to say a big thank you to everybody for turning up. I'm sure most of you are parents and that is why you're here, but I think it's so important that you use your voices to speak, because it is so important that politicians hear what is actually important to everybody in this country. My name is Ruth Alcroft. I'm the Labour Party candidate for Carlisle. I have been a primary school teacher. I was a primary school teacher for 10 years. I have been talking to the NEHT about their 5 priorities, and when you look at the priorities, when you look at the pledge that I signed earlier, they are asking for a fully and fairly funded education system. They are asking for a strategy to support teacher recruitment and retention. They are asking for fair methods for schools to be accountable rather than league tables. They are asking us to value a broad range of subjects, and they are asking that schools be supported when they are working on pupils' mental health and well-being. Now, I was a teacher for 10 years, and the fact that in 2017 we are asking for those absolutely shocks me and tells me how far and how hard we have to work in order to make our education system right. I've had to scrub out much of what I've written because it's been said and said before, but the issue is the £3 billion worth of cuts, the 27.7 million that are affecting Cumbrian schools. All too often, in polite society, we avoid talking about politics, but I think this is the time that we need to be political. When head teachers, such as the ones who spoke in Penrith a couple of weeks ago, are talking about the despair they are feeling when setting their budget, when people such as Dave are talking about teachers being suicidal, you know that something is deeply wrong. This is the time to be political. So I'm here, I'm standing for the Labour Party, and the Labour Party believes that each and every one of us matters. It believes that investing in people at every stage of their life creates a society where people are independent, where they are confident, and where they contribute to society. It believes that if we fail to invest in our young people, then not only are we failing them, but we are letting down our society. So Labour has said very clearly in its manifesto, we will reverse the Conservative funding cuts. We will invest in our schools, we will invest in our teachers, we will invest in our young people. Now, you've seen for yourselves today that most of the people who are going to be affected in their jobs by these funding cuts can't come out and tell you who to vote for. They're public servants, they have to be unbiased. Some of you here may believe that politics doesn't matter and that politicians are all the same. But my job is to be political and to tell you that we're not all the same. My first teaching job was in a rundown primary school in Rochdale. There were fabulous pupils, there were fabulous staff, and an absolutely inspiring head teacher. But we had a lot of poverty there, and every time it rained, the caretaker brought a bucket and he put it in the corridor outside my classroom to catch the drips. 2 years later, we had a brand new school, and we had a brand new school because we had a Labour government. History of investing in education. We reduced infant class sizes, we prioritised the funds to employ extra teachers, we built new schools. After this event is over, I urge you all, as others have done, if you have not made up your mind about the election, go home and do some research. If you haven't registered to vote, you've got until 1 minute to midnight tomorrow to do that. You just need your national insurance number, which you can find on a payslip or on a letter about tax. You've heard my views on funding. The Conservative MP, Mr Stevenson, was invited, just as I was, to come and share his. I believe that he just shrugs his shoulders. I know people don't like to spend too long talking about politics, so I just want to tell you very briefly a little bit about what this funding cut means to me. Just before Christmas, a very good friend of mine and childminder to my daughters found a new job. So my 4-year-old had to join the local school at the nursery, and she found this very tiring. So I would like to say thank you to the teaching assistant who supported her so she could curl up on the couch and rest. When my gorgeous and wonderful 8-year-old daughter spent her entire reception year being an absolute monster at home, I'd like to thank the reception teacher for reassuring me that actually she was a delight to teach in class, and the fact that she could let her steam at home was the fact that actually she felt very secure. When my daughter and her friends entered a gymnastics competition, you could see each and every one of them grow by 3 inches as they wore their sparkling leotards and the plaits in their hair. And I would like to say thank you to the teaching assistant that spent weeks coaching them and convincing them that they deserve to be there. When the class teacher didn't get homework over half term so that we could spend time as a family, I would like to say thank you to her. And to the head teacher who made a point of coming finding my mum, T's granny, to say how well T had done at something and made her feel so special, I would like to say thank you to him. To all of you who work with our children and play such a big part in making them who they are, I will say thank you for being part of our lives. Thank you for bringing out the best in our children. I do not want to lose a single one of you. And I promise that whilst I am in politics, I will do everything I can to protect you and make sure you have the resources you need to continue to do your best work. Please fight against the school cuts. Thank you.